Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Whiteside. Listen, I talk about my wife pretty often and I talk about my work wives, but I want to introduce you to the longest standing work wife I've ever had, Trisha Pizzolata. And welcome to the show, Trisha. We
Hey,
appreciate
Keith.
it.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
So I learned a lot along the way. One of the things that I learned most off is the walk that you and Kevin had with baby Ryan and how special that was. Difficult, but you guys learned a lot in that process, right?
We absolutely did.
Okay, tell us just a little bit about just some of the facts that led us to where we are now and where we are with Wings for the Win.
You got it. So, Kevin and I got pregnant in 2020, and I was due to have what we did not know was baby Brian at the time
Right.
in October. Well, God and everybody else had a little bit of a different plan.
Right.
So, Ryan was born extremely early. He was born in July at 25 weeks.
Yep.
He weighed 1 pound.
Right.
And we were both in New Orleans for a very long time.
Whew.
Yes,
A long time.
very
for,
long
for the
time.
family.
Yeah,
You know?
he stayed for 147 days. I mean, who's counting though,
Right,
really? So,
right.
but yeah, so he was there a very long time, and we really developed a very good bond with a bunch of the nurses and the doctors at Oshner Baptist in New Orleans.
Right.
This was also right in the middle of COVID,
Right.
so there was no staying over or there was lots of restrictions with the hospital and stuff. So Kevin and I would drive back and forth every day
Right.
to New Orleans.
Once you were able to go home,
Correct.
y'all were back and forth, and it's really interesting what NICU means to you. That people hear the term, but they don't realize the importance maybe of what a NICU does and how they do that. Right.
Absolutely. You do not realize what those four letters mean until you become part of that club. And none of us ever really thought we'd be a part of that club, but I am.
Right.
Kevin is. Ryan
Right.
is. And
Right.
we've met so many parents and mommies and daddies and babies that are too. And from all that, we really sat back and thought about how emotionally and financially taxing it can be for
Right.
these families. Because not a lot of the families that are in the community have the resources to go back and forth if they have to go see their child. So we came up with this great event that we started in our backyard about 3 years ago.
Right.
So it's a chicken wing competition.
It's all about the chicken wings.
All about the chicken wings. So basically, we started that in our backyard
Right.
against friends and neighbors and friendly competition. Well, then we decided we were going to move it into what we now have it's called Wings for the Win.
Wings for the Win. Put the flyer up just so people can see what that is. We're going to talk about it a whole lot more a little later. It's called Wings for the Win, the third annual Wing Fest Wing Cook-Off. It's going to benefit families with a child that is in the NECU. It's going to be at the Canal Bar. 30 teams competing, 3 categories, 11 to 3, $10 entry. And we're going to come back to that. But I want people to see what you have done. You talked about trying to give back, and that's not really what's happening. You are. Let's talk about these 3 families that you and Kevin had the vision of what Wings for the Win can do and be. So Jen, put those pictures up as Trisha tells us a little bit about this mother.
So this is one of the first families we were able to help. She was actually nominated from some friends of ours, and her little boy was born extremely premature also. And he was in New Orleans. That's baby Jude. And we love us some baby Jude. So anyway, she was a mom who was also in nursing school.
Wow.
Traveling back and forth. She has other children also. So for her to get back and forth to New Orleans and then come back to go to school at Nichols and do everything, she fit all of the things that we were looking for someone to help with.
Wow.
So we were able to, as she would say, bless her with some great goodies and some things that she was able to use to get back and forth to New Orleans.
Wow. What a huge difference. Here's the second family.
Yep, that's our second family.
Okay.
That can't even say enough about Lindsay and her little boy, who actually just came home 2 days ago.
Wow.
Yep.
Welcome home.
Welcome home. We are so
Wow.
excited.
What a miracle.
That's baby Nair, and we are so happy he is home and doing phenomenal.
I love it.
And that's our third family. That's Miss Taranika. And she also has a baby who was born. Her story was very similar to Ryan's. She was
Oh,
born around
okay.
25 weeks also.
Okay.
And then she just actually went home last week also. So these two mamas got the best Mother's Day gifts ever.
Wow,
you
no
can
kidding,
imagine.
right?
Yeah.
And so poetic that they get to go home on Mother's Day or right before Mother's
before.
Day. What a blessing. And again, it's been your experience, and that's just one of the things that I marvel at with people who take maybe the most stressful, I'm going to guess the most stressful time in you and Kevin's life and be able to truly, literally pay it forward and be able to do that selflessly with something that y'all love, which is wings, right?
It's very true. And, we couldn't do it without the support of the people on our board that we have really all come together. Our community. Our community has come out so strong this year and last year. It's unbelievable the amount of people that care and really want to do what's good for everybody, for strangers, for
Right.
people they don't know, or for someone that just could use a win.
Right. I love it. And so Wings for the Way, we're going to talk a little bit more about it. I'm really glad that you get to stick around. And that's a good thing because, quite frankly, baby Ryan, and so at some point we're going to have to stop calling him baby Ryan. I know. But baby Ryan and you and Kevin's story just resonates with people. And I love the fact that they're willing to come out, participate, and give and make a difference here in our community. So we are talking about the Wings for the Win, the third annual Wing Fest Wing Cook-Off. Jen, put that back up if you don't mind. I'll let Trisha tell us a little bit about it. As we're going to have this Saturday, May 20th, 11 to 3, $10 entry. It's so cheap. It's at the Canal Bar, 1109 Dunn Street in Houma. There are 30 teams competing in 3 categories. There's a live and silent auction, live music by Norton New and the Wild Matus. And then Runts will be playing right after that.
The Runts will be playing out.
And so this is one of those things where people can truly come out and have fun. And y'all, because people want to give, people are so aware of that, y'all have the 30 teams.
We do. We are full. We have 34-man teams signed up, ready to cook some of the best wings that Houma has ever seen. I will tell you that.
Right?
That's what they're saying, at least. Let's put
Okay.
it that
Well,
way.
well,
No,
listen,
I'm
if
just joking.
anybody knows tailgate food, you and Kevin do. I don't know 2 people who host more gatherings and go to gatherings with friends. Y'all just do that right.
Thank
Y'all
you.
are like tailgating experts. Wings are some of that perfect food for that. But here's what I want you to know. Just because you can't come out and show off your wing skills, you can come out and pay. I need as many people as possible. And I'm going to show you a picture of the reason why. Here is the first picture. That is baby Ryan with Trisha and Kevin Pizzolata. He is awesome. And trust me, you want to come out and make a difference for people like baby Ryan and the people that are going to come in the future. They're going to need this through the NICU because it's the most stressful time for anybody. Having a baby, as stressful as it is,
Absolutely.
having to be in the hospital for a very long time, like Trisha was. She didn't tell you about how long she spent in the hospital before baby Ryan was born, while her family was trying to do everything they could to support her through COVID. She's not going to tell you that part, but truly a champion in being able to make a difference for herself, for Kevin and Ryan, and now for other people. So we're going to show some other pictures, and let's just talk about how much fun people are going to have if they show up at the Canal Bar.
Absolutely. Absolutely. First of all, I do want to make sure that everybody knows this is a family-friendly event.
Yes.
We all ages are welcome. We would love for everyone to come. We're going to have a snowball truck out there. We're going to have, I think it's close to 6,000 wings, I think was our last count that we are kind of thrown out there, because each team is responsible for doing a certain amount of wings,
Right.
and they can go in different categories.
Right. And so there's 3 categories.
There's 3 categories.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Smoked, grilled, and fried. Some teams are doing all 3.
Oh, my.
Some are only doing 1 or 2, but it's going to be a fun time for all. We also have some great auction items. We've got live and silent auction this year.
Very cool.
We have some amazing music.
Right?
Yes. We are so excited about all of that happening. And of course, there will be tons of wings. And we want everybody to come out and see us.
And some of the people that you see in these pictures, you see them having fun. Next year's pictures are going to be a lot more people, and it's going to be a lot more crowded because there are going to be so many people coming out to have fun. You can tell by the pictures how much of a family event this is. And so we've got lots of different options for people coming out. And so it's fried,
Grilled
grilled,
and smoked.
smoked. Okay.
All different ways.
And
So
see, Keith doesn't know the difference between grilled and smoked necessarily, but there's some very specific differences.
there is. There is. We have a great group of judges who are going to come out and be the judge of those events. There's also a People's Choice Award. So come
Oh.
out. You'll get a ticket as you come in to be able to vote on your favorite wings. So there is a great time with that too. So the crowd can get participate in that also.
Right? Kind of let them know this was my choice. And so
Absolutely.
they're the judges' choices and the people's choice.
Correct.
I like it. Very
Correct.
good.
So there'll be some good winners and some really delicious wings. Like I said, we have great music by Knock New and by the Runts. And we're just going to have a great time. We're going to pray for no rain
Yep. Yep.
and have a phenomenal time and just really support this community, support families that are really kind of having a hard time right now with babies in the NICU or that may will be in the NICU in the future, because there's something I've learned that every day I hear of another baby that is in the NICU.
Right. Another family. This touches so many people's lives, so many families' lives, that we just need them to know that there's support.
Absolutely.
And for those people that are struggling, there's some people, some angels. It's interesting you're doing wings. There's some angels. Those wings are there to help. The wings are to help with the win. So one more time, flash up the flyer if you don't mind, Jen. I want people to know they've been listening to Tricia talk and they've been hearing her voice and they're wondering who that is. The flyer, again, the 3rd annual Wing Fest Wing Cook-Off, Saturday, May 20th, right there on the Canal Bar. It is at 1109 Dunn Street in Houma. There's already 30 teams. All you have to do is come out and enjoy some wonderful wings. Again, as Tricia mentioned, live and silent auction. It's from 11 to 3. The kids 10 and under get in free. And there were like half of the pictures of the kids that we got in free, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Kids had a great time last year, and it's truly a family event, and we are so thankful for all of the help of the community and everybody that's really helped put this on and making this all possible.
Well, the people that made it all possible are you and Kevin, and the fact that y'all have a board together and being able to celebrate baby Ryan as he grows and he becomes the man that he is and the little boy that he is. And that's baby Ryan right there again. Look at that, the beautiful family, Tricia and Kevin as well. Thank y'all for finding a way to pay it forward. Thank you for thinking about your situation and making a difference for other people. That's what our community is about helping others.
Absolutely, I totally agree. Thanks
Thank
for
you
having us
very
on. I
appreciate
appreciate
Tricia.
it.
You got it.
All
Absolutely.
right, see you Saturday.
That's exactly right. So I am working it into my schedule, I promise.
I appreciate it.
All right, guys, that will do it for this particular segment of Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere. A whole lot more right here on HTV.